right. Well, the big package came up next. We gotta keep this moving. This show is taking forever. The biggest match ever in the history of our sport. Shaq and Jade Cargill against Cody and Cake. They did a video package. They had Shaquille O'Neal next to a wrestling ring where Jade Cargill was in the ring working out with some guy, and Shaq never got in the ring. We have seen Shaquille O'Neal slap the mat with his hand. He did that well. He's supposedly been training and taking this seriously for months now, according to what they say, but we cannot get one piece of video of Shaquille O'Neal in a wrestling ring doing anything to anybody.
Because they're going to surprise us on the 3rd when he starts doing moonsaults and leapfrogs and Tope con Hilo or whatever the hell.
Yeah. Tope O'Neal.
You know what he hasn't been doing in wrestling school? Practicing promos.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Besides the letdown of not seeing anything of Shaq in action and only seeing Jane throw some guy around once or whatever the fuck. At least they weren't playing basketball this week. But we used to call them history packages. We're going to do a history package on this angle to build the pay-per-view match. There was no history. In the package, they have the opportunity to edit this video, and they still could not make the origination, instigation, and buildup of this match make any fucking sense. Shaquille O'Neal still sounds like he couldn't give a shit. They still didn't show him do one thing in the ring. Jade Cargill still cannot speak English to save her life. She sounds like she's just learned to read Braille, and she's feeling the words out as they come. And we don't know why this match is. All we know is that Cody's wife is a pregnant bitch that threw fucking water in Shaquille's face because Shaquille's not girlfriend, but friend, stomped on Brandy's arm because why? We don't know, because she came out and interrupted Cody's interview.
And why?
Because
she said that Cody said he's a giant killer and she knows a giant. Maybe there's just been so much action, I forget. When did Cody start calling himself the giant killer?
I don't know.
Was that a thing? I don't remember.
Apparently Paul White better be on the lookout.
Is Cody going to get in the ring with Jade? Is Jade only going to work with Red Velvet, or will she work with Cody?
Well, we all better hope that Jane works with Cody, because that could be the only combination that'll be any good, because Red Velvet and Jane ain't going to be any good. And Cody and Jane, well, I don't know how that could be any good, really. And Shaquille and whoever, I don't know what the fuck.
I want more Shaq promos. Because they're so bad. It's just, he doesn't get excited about anything.
There's not, he's like cruising on Lake Havasoma. He's drugged. He's like, well.
Yo, Cody, I'm going to wrestle you and Red Cupcake or whatever her name is.
What? You sound like you're really into this, Shaq.
I don't understand. I would, in all things being equal, if this was my promotion, or if these wrestlers were working in one of my promotions and they gave these performances, I would cancel the match and fire them, because this is horrible and it's inexplicable, and nobody even knows who to cheer for. Nobody knows why this whole thing came about, except Cody came the closest to explaining why it came about when he came out and did the interview where he said, well, we were going to do this thing for publicity, but then Brandy got pregnant. That's basically what he said. So now we're going through with it anyway. We're just sticking another girl in here. Nobody understands this. We don't know why anybody would think that we're mad at each other.
Booker of the Year.